The NBA finals are happening. It's wrestling season. It's Money in the Bank. And that's what we're going to be talking about here on Clash of the Podcast today. Welcome, everybody. Much appreciated for everyone who is in here. If you guys want to help support Clash of the Podcast, first thing I want you to do is make sure you are subscribed to Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. Make sure you are subscribed to my partner's channel over here. He has Hubbonomics on Fridays. Check out all those special times that he has shows listed. Also, make sure you subscribe to Everything Pro Wrestling. Hit the like button on all our videos. It gets us in a YouTube algorithm, may suggest it to cool people such as yourselves, and tell more cool people to watch, and we'll get them in, and you know how it goes. Also, leave us a comment afterwards. If you're listening after, I like the comments. I know Ray puts them in. I know a bunch of other people do. Get in those comments and let us know. We got a lot to talk about. Worlds Collide. We're going to be talking about Money in the Bank, wrestling news, all that, and then some. Thank you, E, for throwing in the socials. We're going to get into that, give our shout outs, and I think I've nailed everything that I'm supposed to.
You have, man. It's very rare that you don't, man. So it's just my job to just do what I'm supposed to do, and that's say, God bless, welcome to the show, and Conrad, my brother from another mother, do me a solid if you might. Drop that thing.
All right. Much appreciated, man. Thank you, everyone who is joining in. Yo, don't mess around with me right now. I did not even see the first comment. Hold on. Before I say this, I have to make sure this is true, John. I don't know if you see the same top comment as me.
I do.
Can you confirm that? I have not seen that today.
I can definitely do a quick research.
Oh, nope. I see it says false up at the top here.
Okay, good.
Not true. All right. Ray, that not true, brother. I know someone probably put it out there. If that's the first comment I see when I type it in on the news. But or a clown put that, excuse me. Ray Thompson. Welcome, Ray. He says, Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a great weekend. We hope you had a great weekend, Ray.
Ray, I appreciate you, man. Took time away from those beautiful kids and your lovely wife to come by Hubbonomics and leave not one but two comments. It means everything, my guy. Thank you.
He also says, Money in the Bank gets a B for me. It was a good show. I enjoyed Backlash slightly more, but I still enjoyed the show. My match of the night was the main event, followed by Becky versus Lyra.
Not bad. Becky and Lyra kind of did their thing. I'm not going to lie.
Usually not big on tag matches main eventing unless they feel super important. Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth, and Cena and HBK versus Taker and Batista. Those matches felt important.
They felt important and they delivered. Unfortunately, we don't always get that in 2025. M. Leezy Fo Sheezy says, hello, good evening, everyone. Hope you had a good weekend, and let's kick this week off right with the two aces of our pro wrestling community. And we kick it off with the ace of our social media correspondents, our chief correspondent, M. Leezy. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Matt.
The only Vinny we like is in the building. We appreciate you, Vinny, being in the building. Vinny E, he says, happy Monday. Good to be back in the chat for a live episode. God bless y'all. God bless you, too. And thank you as well for showing up to Hubbonomics on Friday. We certainly appreciate the love on both platforms.
Always love, Vinny. Thank you, man. Doug's in the house. Doug says, another Monday, another clash. Conrad, Sean, and chat, I want to thank you. You Fulton be mice elf again. Teach me. I'm seeing that that's not true, man. I don't know. That this was the same comment before, Sean. I don't know if this is true, man. Am I going crazy?
You're not going crazy. I just looked it up myself and I did not see any confirming stories. I'm not sure if that's a fact or not.
Right. The first thing I saw was that it wasn't true. So I'm gonna roll with that until someone tells me otherwise in the chat. But that'll be a thing here.
Quilly in the building. He says, what's up, Conrad, Sean, and chat? Your boy Sir Quills is back again to enjoy two of my favorite bros, CJ and Hubs, for episode 145 of the best wrestling podcast out today, Clash of the By God podcast, hashtag EPW, hashtag HWW, I appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you, Quills. Much love. Let's see here. Guy Will Gamble says, what's good, everybody? Hope you're having a happy Monday. Hope you are as well.
Same to you, man. Guy Will Gamble and Quilly showed up in full force on Friday night. They show up on Monday night. Man, we have pretty loyal viewers, man. Between Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, man, people show up and show out, man. We appreciate it.
Yes. McKinney says, I'm here to talk wrestling with the Fire Live chat. My two homies in the wrestling know. Clash of the podcast, and to let y'all know, life isn't a fairy tale. If you lose a shoe at midnight, you drunk.
I like that wisdom, that comedic wisdom. I like that.
Yes. Matt saying, how cringe was it for the TKO account to tweet the claps out? No comment, sir.
No comment.
No comment.
We appreciate you, Easy, but no comment.
I'm jumping down. Elite Easy says, hey, yo, what's good, E?
Hey, yo.
Let me see here. He's out here putting out the links for hubs, man. Make sure you guys are checking out those that Nightbot are throwing in there for us.
Thank you, Easy E. Rolling down the street in my 6'4". We appreciate that.
I almost got us kicked off the air, but I was about to start doing the rest of the song. T-Ferg, what's good, fellas? Hope all is good. Hope I can still stream Dynamite in the near future. Why do you say that? What's your concern with Dynamite?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about, but maybe he'll enlighten us.
Got you. Uh-oh, someone said they sent me some screenshots. I'm going to check this out, man, because I need to know here about Sly Stone. Oh, my goodness. So when you put Sly Stone, I'm thinking Sylvester Stallone. Ooh, I was like, not Rocky.
No.
We're good then, yes.
Well, first of all, Stone is not Rocky's name. It's
Stallone. I know, but people have called him that before, though. Sly Stone. Oh, Sylvester Stallone.
Never heard anybody call him Sly Stone before, bro.
Yo.
Never heard that before.
Yo. I'm gonna find
episode 145, bro. I'm not letting you get away with these things, man.
Listen, I'm not in the mood to be taking the test today.
I'm holding you accountable, big dog.
No. You know who you should have held accountable? This weekend should have been held accountable because I'm gonna go off today. Because today's episode wasn't going to be called Money in the Bank Recap. It was going to be called Hypocrisy and Truths. But are we
going to talk? Oh, see, this is what I'm so see. I'm not going to spoil it. Don't worry. But I do feel something coming because I do know that people just blatantly lie at press conferences.
They lie beyond press conferences. Yeah. Sly Stone, man. Terrible. Thank you for sending me that, Doug. TKO has sucked the fun out of WWE. Yikes. Taking back Conrad's music card. You can take it back. You don't want a battle rap though. I know that. You make old Conrad come out. I don't care. Cancel me. I'll be back real quick.
Yo, I've sung on this show before. Not like I've done a whole whatever, but I've sung on this show. People know I have a tiny voice, a little voice, something like that, a little swaggy swag on the voice. I've been asking Conrad to drop a cool 16, but he refuses to do so.
My palms get itchy when I got a rap now.
Wow, that's what it's gonna take. Okay, player.
I'm gonna need some big bucks too. Don't think it's just gonna be some $5 super chat. It will be ignored, but I will read it.
Yeah.
T-Ferg said, I heard Warner Brothers split with Discovery. Does that affect AEW? No. All they separated from what I saw was like movie division, video game division, television division. Like, so movies and video games are over here, TV's over here, separate. Focus on those things. That's how I've taken it. Someone said, take your rap battles to the Discord.
hey, I'm not mad at that suggestion, bro.
Listen. How about that Lil Wayne album? Anyone else listen to that besides me?
No, because I knew it would be trizzy.
You didn't have a little hope for Wayne?
I respect Wayne. There's always a chance that he can pull a rabbit out of the hat, per se, but I had a feeling it was going to be a little bit of cornyism in this particular album.
Right. Guy will gamble said Carter 6 was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't the level of the first 5.
Some of it's the beat selection too. Like I was like, who did this beat? And was like, this is good. This is good stuff. Here he goes. I spit hot fire, son. Dylan. Make a voice chat room. There is one on the Discord. If you guys joined the Discord, he just put it up before, but yeah, feel free. And thank you, Matt, for confirming how I've seen people write. So that I always call him Sylvester Stallone. I don't know where people call him Sly. Like if I don't know these people, I don't say that. Like I don't call The Rock like, "What's up, D?" You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't say that to him. So I don't know. Those nicknames are just weird for some people.
Dwayne's been acting like a Johnson, so that applies.
All right, guys. I think it's time to move on. Thank you, everyone who's in here. Hit that like button, like I've said.
Listen, one thing I'm not going to do is cuss on here. We made that agreement over 2.5 years ago, but some stuff that comes out of my mouth, like WWE being, well, I didn't get consent from the big boss Conrad Cushman to say the S word that I say all the time on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. So I'll refrain. But WWE and a lot of people that work there are. I'll just leave it alone. I'm going to show respect to Conrad because Conrad. I'm not going to drop anything on this show because it's a collaboration. This show is a collaboration, guys. If there's certain things that Conrad does with Derek on Wednesdays that he would never do here, there's certain things that I do on Fridays that I would never do here. But there you go, Vinny. Thank you, Vinny. Vinny came up with a word that I can say on here: frauds. Now, people in the chat who have checked me out on Hubbonomics know the S word that I'm talking about. They know that S word. When I say WWER S's, they know what I'm talking about. But I'll refrain from using that word on here. And thank you, guys.
Self-serving, Vinny. That's what I like. Yes, we'll say that. Self-serving.
Yes. And Leezy, Vinny, Quilly, Guy Will Gamble. There's a word that I use that starts with a letter S that I use on Hubbonomics as it relates to WWE. Y'all know what that word is.
Yeah. Putting my respects. R.I.P. to Sly Stone, though. That sucks. If fully, like I said, I looked it up. I'm gonna trust everyone in the chat. R.I.P. man. Funk legend. Show some love. Hub's keeping it clean. Respect. Fraud Booker. Trash Dookie. Frauds. I'd call The Rock Dewey to his face. You see, you gotta chill, man. Like, I don't know this person all like that. You know, at least that's how I always am with wrestlers. I'm gonna call you by your wrestling name. I'm not gonna call you like I know you. You know, suckers. Calling the Godfather, eh? Blood is thicker than mud. It's a family affair. Zach, welcome. Oh, I see. You got Roxanne up there.
Yeah, when I wake up in the morning and 11 in the morning, I don't think that I can make it on time.
Chill. I was just watching Zach Morris's Trash last night too.
That's right, bro. That's right, bro.
Zach Morris's Trash.
I am a black man. I am for the culture. I love my people. And yes, I watched Saved by the Bell. And I am not ashamed.
Who did it? That was
some people didn't. Some people, they're like, I never watched that corny show. Yes, you did.
I watched Living Single too. Cut it out. Stop it.
Bro, Living Singles, that's about us. There's nothing about us except Lisa Turtle, who did my boy Screech, rest in peace, dirty for like 8 years.
Apparently he deserved it. He called Zach Morris, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Rob, I cannot repeat all of these. Scum, scallywags, and slop tarts. Stop with the Tony Storm stuff. Money in the Bank. Yeah, we'll get into it. Saved by the Bell. That was a show. See, it wasn't like you said like California Dreams or one of those other ones. You know what I mean?
Don't wake me up because I'm dreaming.
Yo, get this guy out of here.
California Dreams. Just let me lay here in the sun until my dream is done.
Yo, homeless Mike, somebody.
Listen, we got on here the other day. It was like step by step, day by day. Come on, somebody. Y'all better get fired up about this stuff. I'm gonna say white. I'm gonna say white because everybody knows I mean it in a loving way. Y'all know we watched them white shows back in the day and we loved them.
Nothing wrong with it. Fridays, I was jammed in front of that TV like, yo, what's happening?
All right, let's get back to business, brother.
Let's pull up Money in the Bank. You may say, like, where did this other match come from? We're going to have to backtrack, but just know Dom and Octagon will make sense because the other show came before. But I want to talk Money in the Bank first.
Yes, sir.
You had a long pre-show. Nothing happened on it. So we have
right.
Money in the Bank Los Angeles. We had our 6 competitors. We did not know this as of last week, who everyone was that was going to be in it. Yeah. I'm not going to say too much bad about this.
Look, the right woman won the match, right? But yes. I'm not going to lie to you though. Okay, let's make two separate statements. The right woman won the match. Period. You ready? I'm saying period. The right woman won the match. Period. However, Stephanie Vaquer is really rubbing me the right way, bro. This
like a genie in a bottle? Sorry,
like like a genie. Oh, don't come on, bro. Come on, bro. I love it. No, but Stephanie Vaquer is really starting to rub me the right way. This woman has it, bro. This woman has it. Naomi deserved to win the match, but Stephanie Vaquer, if they had deviated and went to Stephanie Vaquer, I would not have been mad. Because this woman has it. There's nobody else in this match. Roxanne, I love them all. Roxanne, Julia, Alexa, Rhea. Those 4 were out of it for me. Naomi and Stephanie were it, bro. And Naomi deserved it, but Stephanie Vaquer, she's going to be world champion before this year is over.
Yeah. Listen, man, she could be. I told you, I think she has surpassed Julia in
sure. Yeah. And that's no shade to Julia. Julia hasn't been pushed the right way.
Well, you remember though how it came in. It was, Julia's going to be the star, and then Stephanie Vaquer is going to be the background. It ain't the same, bro. It's game over for that. Yes. Rhea Ripley's kind of taking a back seat too a little bit here. I don't know what they're going to do.
Let me tell you something, Conrad. Rhea's going to be right back. She doesn't need. There's certain people that don't need Money in the Bank. Now, look. Let me make this quick. I know my weekly Jey Uso comparison. My weekly Jey Uso commentary, right? Jey Uso to me in 2024. Help me out if I'm wrong. I'm so sorry, Conrad. Yeah, 2024 needed Money in the Bank and didn't get it, and somehow still was able to, turn the corner and win the world title. Right? Thank God. Rhea Ripley doesn't need Money in the Bank. There are certain people that don't need Money in the Bank. So to me, her losing this match doesn't really mean anything. She might be in the main event of SummerSlam for all we know.
She could be. Yeah. Even Alexa Bliss, I got to give it up. Like, her reactions are still sustained. I don't know what they're waiting for. I don't know if people are just in love with Alexa Bliss. I know she has a lot of fans. We do have Alexa Bliss Gamer who comes in here from time to time. I'm just astonished that a lot of these people are as over as they are. And right. Listen, we talked about Julia before. We know where Julia's heading, right? If you're watching SmackDown,
United States title. Conrad, do you mind if I take 3 minutes to talk about the United States Women's Championship?
Be my guest.
I have the utmost respect for our current Women's United States champion. I do. She's a hard worker. But this project is not working. When she comes out, there are no reactions. Like, it is bad, bro. It is bad. And I got to give WWE credit. What did I just say? Oh, you heard what I just said. It doesn't come out my mouth often, but I'm saying it right now. They have tried to put Zelina Vega in a position to be successful. The fans are not feeling her, bro. I respect her. I'm sure you do as well. The fans are not feeling her, bro. And that title's going to end up going to Julia or back to Chelsea Green.
I don't think they should have took it off Chelsea that fast, though. I thought they still had something there. You just added a new member to the her service. Am I saying that right? Her service.
Yes. Secret Hervis.
Thank you, Secret Harvest.
But I would
had,
like you, Conrad, my brother, to go into a little bit more detail. If you don't mind, let's deviate slightly and give me a little bit of a synopsis on your end about why you think Zelina Vega's been unsuccessful.
I just think it's the constant movement from where she is. I think Zelina Vega functions better as a manager. There are just certain people that I will feel that way about. I said the same thing about Enzo Amore, for example. Enzo, fantastic talker, worked great with Big Cass. Big Cass was the in-ring. Enzo was the talker. It's Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, I always call it. Like, that's when it clicked for me finally, and I saw it with other people. It's Max Caster, Anthony Bowens. You name the company, you will find the duo. And it's like, yes, you need someone who can talk. And some of these people wrestle like managers. Think of Bobby the Brain Heenan. Bobby the Brain Heenan is actually pretty good at wrestling.
Yes,
the difference is Bobby Heenan bumps awkwardly because he's not trying to portray himself as a wrestler. He is trying to portray himself as, I am a guy who should not be in here. And you felt that when Big Boss Man is beating up Bobby the Brain Heenan for talking about his mama. And if you know, you had them Coliseum videos, you know what I'm talking about, the storyline. And Heenan's just getting ragdolled all over the place. Same thing here. I think Zelina Vega should be with like Andrade or whoever. It doesn't matter who you want to put her with. Name the wrestler at this point, right? But that's the role for her, I feel. And it would be better.
I just wanted your take on, because I've been watching on DVR delay SmackDown, and I'm like, yo, this young lady is getting no love. I mean, her music hits, and there is no reaction, no booing, no cheering, nothing.
Yeah, no, it's crickets. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I want people to know WWE definitely bumps up reaction for certain people when they want to. Don't think it's a game. That those New Day boos you see, they weren't real. I'm just telling y'all.
Yeah.
Like,
but unfortunately, a situation like this, as we go into Roxanne and Alexa on top of the ladder, there's going to be a conversation between the powers that be and Zelina. Like, maybe if that conversation hasn't happened already, hey, listen, we appreciate your service here. That's why you'll always go down as a United States champion. That's part of your resume. Remember, resumes matter. But we gotta move away from you because the crowd is just not feeling you right now.
Yeah. I'm trying to get some shout outs. Deanna, I saw you before. Joe Compton, I saw you pop in. Jocelyn, I see you watching us over on Twitch side of things. Wasn't a fan of Carmella, but I'll give her respect for wearing that for Naomi. I'm gonna pull that up in 1 second so you guys can see the attire. Miracle says, what up, everyone? What's good, brother? Appreciate you.
For a miracle, I see the impossible. There you go. A little inspirational music for you guys.
Yes, sir. Let me see here. Vakur is that deal.
She really is, bro. She really is. And big up to Booker T. How I feel about Booker T waivers from time to time, but that that's made the opposite of Heaven's Kiss a big move in the industry right now.
Yo, shout out to Joel joining us in the chat. Appreciate you, Joel.
Joel, what up, big dog?
Renegade, shout out to my guys over at the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Jesse's going to be joining me on Thursday. Special Thursday, 8 p.m. start time for the Dynamite review. If you guys are, or not Dynamite, what is it this week? Summer Blockbuster. I'll run down that later.
Oh, my.
But thank you. Yeah, 4-hour shows do not get reviewed right after. Sorry to say. Rob says, this is one of the funniest tweets. He always says this every time. Triple H's insistence on making Rhea Ripley look strong is actually a detriment to the rest of the women's roster. That was a fan tweet from a while back, and people just kept showing it. They shouldn't have taken the belt off Chelsea. Yeah, she got that Def Rebel special, is right. Zelina comes out to no reactions. Also, due to the fact her interesting. Yo, I said the same thing. Doesn't her theme sound like the theme to SmackDown?
I thought it was. I thought it was the SmackDown theme. And I guess I was wrong. It's very similar.
Yeah.
All I thought I heard when Zelina came out, maybe, and if I'm wrong, I don't mind being wrong. But when I saw Zelina come out with the United States belt, I thought I heard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I thought I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, Chelsea Green is champion. No, please. I'm going to say it. Zelina straight up. This is Rob. Sucks in the ring. She has said she was Rosita in TNA. She would have thrived in the Diva era, but she simply can't hang with today's roster.
All right, Conrad. I got to give the people what they want.
Hold on. $20 for my brother to
You can never say that Conrad or Sean Do not give the people. Listen, Joe, this one's for you, dog. Listen, we appreciate it. We appreciate it. We're not going to do anything for money because we're not WWE, but this will do. So here we go. It goes a little something like this. And I'm going to actually sing the song. I'm not going to BS it. I'm going to sing it. 1, 2, 3. Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, the evening TV. I wish your old familiar friends were waiting just around the bend. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, there's a face of somebody who needs you. There you go.
There you
when
go.
You're out there and you're all alone, somebody's waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look. There you go.
Respect. Joe Compton, what are you doing? Joe Compton,
Joe, we held it down for you, big dog.
Thank you, good sir. I appreciate you. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about that theme. It's just an instrument copy of the SmackDown. Kyle probably thinks it's house music. That's not good. Not good. Look at the full house. You nailed it. They said nailed it.
All right. Well, listen, we appreciate the love and we got to give the people what they want.
Quills, you knew exactly where that throat clear was from.
Yeah, Quills, good job. Thank you, Quills, for remembering.
Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care.
I got Olympic gold.
Grandma Winslow reading the Rolling Stone with U2 on the cover for 10 years straight.
That's facts. That's a good point. Wow.
Yes. Yo, I love you guys. You guys are man.
Oh man, that was fun.
It was. Naomi won though. Right person won. Some did say that this was a tribute, her attire to Carmella. If so, hats off to Naomi. It's Naomi's time, man. I know some Naomi people who weren't fans of her messaged me saying like, I don't know about this, but you know what? I think it's going to be fine. I think this could even lead into more Jade, Bianca, and that whole mix up of what's going on with those three. Mm-hmm. It's there.
That whole cluster, you know what? Because it's still kind of very murky, very lack of understanding about where they're going to go from here.
Right? It's just very hot and cold with them. And like, is it on? Is it not on? I mean, but that's how the stories are today. Moving on, a match that was made from Worlds Collide from after the opener, the Intercontinental Championship. Dominic Mysterio defends against not Pentagon, that is Octagon Jr. For those who don't know, I'm going to give you a little quick background lesson. Octagon in Mexico is the babyface. Pentagon is the evil heel brother, but it is not like that in the U.S., is all I'll tell you guys, but it has since changed. But Octagon, tremendous talent, went up against Dominic Mysterio in a 4-minute classic here for the Intercontinental Championship as they add match 5 to this show that we were worried about, Sean. Dom retains.
Dom is as hot as fish grease with the fans right now, and we have him in a match that's announced 3 hours before the show. Like, why? Why are we doing things this way? I have no problem Dom being on the show. Why are we doing unpromoted matches? Like, it's so stupid. It's so stupid.
Right. Yeah. That's it, man. Where were the complaints of this AAA getting an Intercontinental title match?
T-Ferg, I got you. I know my parents love me. Stand behind it, cause what, babe? I know now that I'm ready. So I finally heard them say it's a different world. All right, I'm done. I told you I really actually have like low-key vocals, bro. I don't be messing with y'all.
Man. Yeah, that's what it was for Dom. I mean, I don't have anything else to say. We're still waiting.
I have nothing else to say too. I just think it's silly. He really is over like Rover right now, and we have him in an unpromoted match.
Maybe that was their way of trying to get the YouTube folks to maybe come on over and
watch the show. I guess.
I mean, for 4 minutes, though, you know?
Yeah, I feel you, bro.
Women's Intercontinental title match, Lyra Valkyria, Becky Lynch. They tried to throw some extra sauce on this. If Becky wins, she'll raise the hand. Not going to lie, this was one of those reversals, trunk grabs. Becky Lynch wins. Becky Lynch is the Intercontinental Champion. She made Lyra strap her up with the title, raise her hand to all 4 corners, and then, she got German suplex after that.
I'm not going to cap. This was one of my matches of the night. Well, one of my matches of the night. There's only 5 matches. This was my second favorite match of the night. I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed this. And I liked how Lyra, even though we all knew she would lose the title, she ended up looking kind of strong because she wasn't going to allow Becky to continue to pile on with the whole celebration thing. The contractual obligation was for her to raise her hand 1 time. She ended up having to raise her hand 4 times and strap the belt around her waist, as Conrad just said. But then Lyra beat the crap out of her on the way out there. I like that. That means that there's more to the story. Hopefully Lyra can continue the momentum because Lyra was kind of treading water with that title before the Becky Lynch feud. So let's see where she goes from here.
Yeah. I'm all right with this. I don't know what's the end result here. Is Bayley coming back? Is it we finish this feud off and then, Becky gets her comeuppance from Bayley? Are we elevating Lyra? There's a lot of questions with this. So we're going to have to do the wait and see what happens here. But I agree with you. I thought it was a solid match. Did you like this match better than the first one on the last PLE?
I did.
Interesting. Much respect. Cool. If you had a preference to either one, let me know. I'm not even doing any more of these themes. I see you guys. That single leg step on your head crab was nasty. Yeah, very very gruesome. I like it though. Shades of it reminded me of a guy named Y2J, we'll just say.
Like who used to tame lions?
Yeah. And here was the men's Money in the Bank. Once again, this is fully rounded out for us to now see El Grande Americano. Sean, I do not need you to start any of your mess with this.
Oh my God, I just was confused about the commentary saying that he wrestled twice in one day. That's the only thing I'm confused about, but okay, I won't say anything else.
LA Knight was here. Pentagon, Andrade, Solo Sikoa, who was probably the funniest person in this match, and Seth Rollins. Funny. This is what it was, and I actually thought I enjoyed this one slightly more than the women's Money in the Bank. They did a lot of stuff in here, Sean, that I thought was very unique. I guess favorite spot of the match, mine was the Grande slingshot that looked really bad. It seemed like so much extra stuff. LA Knight's the smartest person in this match, though. He didn't do anything dangerous. He learned from Stone Cold and The Rock, for real. He climbs up the ladder. Seth holds the ladder. It falls into. If you know physics, this isn't super crazy, but it looks crazy as it's happening. And he goes up there, headbutts Penta, knocks him off. I'm gonna put up the people on here again. We know in the end, Seth Rollins is the guy, right? But what did you feel into this match, though? Do you think they missed something with someone else? Was Seth not the right choice? And then we can get into the other piece of the match too.
The problem with this match is that, and I mean this with no disrespect intended. The problem with this match is that 4 out of the 6 guys you knew did not have any chance to win. I'm so sick and tired of WWE putting on these matches where we know that a multitude of the guys have no chance. Andrade is not going to win Money in the Bank. Penta was not going to win Money in the Bank. Chad Gable was not going to win Money in the Bank. And Solo Sikoa was not going to win Money in the Bank. We knew it was already predetermined what was going to happen. This match, from the time it was announced, was between Seth Rollins and LA Knight. And honestly, I don't even know why I give LA Knight that much credit, because LA Knight, as I think Vinny just put it, is cooked. But I was kind of hoping against hope that perhaps LA Knight might have his moment. But LA Knight is cooked. So that leaves only one guy. From the time Seth Rollins won that triple threat on Raw, it was over. And I know you say predictability is okay sometimes, Conrad, but not in this situation. Okay, it's cool that Solo was about to win, air quote, and Jacob Fatu stopped him. That's cool. But he was not going to win this match. Everybody knew he wasn't going to win this match. And you're right. Thank you, Guy Will Gamble. I don't know what I was thinking. Chad Gable wasn't in this match. It was El Grande Americano. So thank you for correcting me on that. I don't know where that came from. Chad Gable was in the main event of Worlds Collide, and he was not seen again for the rest of the evening. So thank you so much. But yeah, 4 out of 6 guys in chat. Let me know. Matter of fact, I want you guys to put a number in the chat. Conrad, let's do this with our great viewers. I want you to put in the chat a number between 1 and 6. How many people out of these 6 guys do you feel that when the match began had a viable chance to win? My answer is 2. Seth Rollins and LA Knight. Your thoughts, Conrad?
On that question?
Yes.
Specifically, I thought that you could have had Seth win this. I also think you could have had LA Knight, and then I probably would have put El Grande Americano at 3. And with him, it would have been something foolish. But Andrade, no way. Solo, I know. And Penta, as much as it would be cool to see it happen, I don't have any faith that it would at this point. We are getting some answers in now. Joe Compton says 2. We got a 1.5. We got a 2, 2, 1, 2.
Right. And I'm sure out of all those 2s, 1s and a halves, and obviously, I think everybody has Seth Rollins as one of those 2. So that's where, me and you kind of butt heads, Conrad, about the idea of things being predictable. But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, Solo Sikoa has found his niche in WWE as a comedic character. He is hilarious. And I didn't know he had comedic chops like that. That was funny.
There's a path for Solo out of this, but like we said, here's Seth. He won. Shout out to the Cash App logo on the briefcase. There we go. Yep. In this match, there was another story told. Seth called for his people out, and then Solo's people ended up coming out too, which made it sweet. Like, I love that Jacob and JC Mateo. Have I told you this? I don't want this to come off as bad, but when I hear JC Mateo, it reminds me of being in Catholic school and being invited to someone's like first communion. It's like, please come to the first communion of JC Mateo. Like, that name sucks. I don't know. Maybe I'll
It's
never.
Not good. It's not good.
But they went out there and did their thing, right? People were getting, El Grande took the best spear I've seen in a minute, bro. That one was, he speared him out of his boots. That was crazy. But Jacob Fatu went and he picked up Bronson Reed for a lift up Samoan drop and caught this dude and crushed everyone. And then grabbed Solo by the Achilles and pulled him down. And he said the classic line. Sean, say it. I've been waiting to say it. Joel,
Conrad, you've been calling it for 2 months. He said, I hate you, Solo.
And put a whooping on this dude so bad. This is the first step. Goosebumps right now. First step. Jacob Fatu is going to be into the main event scene. He's got to lose the U.S. title. He might even lose it to Solo. That's fine. Don't worry about that. One day we are going to have a show main event where it'll be Bron Breakker versus Jacob Fatu for a world title. You remember who said it? You remember? I've been saying this since the beginning.
All right, you've been on the money with this storyline from the start.
It's going down. Somebody said Grande Americano to shocking win. See, I said the same thing. Looking like a AAA wrestler in that poster. Yo, crazy. Solo was hanging with his dog, Sammy. I think a lot of people, I want to go back to the Seth thing real quick. I think a lot of people expected Punk or Sammy to come out here, but was that not the purpose of why they beat them up on, was it SmackDown or Raw now?
It was Raw.
Sorry, these shows had people from all brands because there's a draft that's in place, right? Right? Anyway, so they do that, and I thought that was the purpose of taking them out. I know a lot of people, like, were you expecting them? Like, when the ladder was set up, you see Seth climb, you're like, all right, where's Punk? Punk's got to show up. Punk's got to show up.
There's a difference between expecting and hoping. So the answer to your question, I was not expecting them. I was hoping they come.
Touche. Seth's got it again, though. We're going to have to see. I mean, does he need to successfully cash it in? No. I feel like Triple H every year picks one person that's going to be the waste for this briefcase on either side. Like one person you're like, oh, this is a waste. Easy. And I feel like Seth might be the one that he wasted on.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's just, I don't know, bro. Like, it's very predictable what's going on here.
Delayed grad said JC Mateo sounds like the third singer in a boy band. JC Mateo is Solo's goon. JC Mateo, a 3-star recruit in college football 25.
That's funny. That's funny.
Pause that image. The Money in the Bank briefcase is sponsored by Cash App. Come on, TKO. Yeah, they did it on, dude, nothing safe. We had Slim Jim tables. It's over.
It's ridiculous at this point.
They are out there.
The shameless shilling is it's disgusting.
They whooped on Jay worse than Sammy and Punk, man. I'm tired of predictability, guys. What's wrong with surprises like that are true? Hold on, man. Hold on. We about to get to that. Triple H hates Money in the Bank. That was a rumor too. Listen, I don't like Money in the Bank all like that. I don't
care what Triple H likes or dislikes. Who cares what he thinks?
No, I'm saying as a booker though, Sean, would you continue this briefcase thing though? Like, or do you feel like
Money in the Bank, the way Chris Jericho thought it up, is a phenomenal concept. They're just doing it in a crappy way. Some of the greatest moments, bro, some of the greatest moments in WWE history have come from the Money in the Bank. They're just not doing it well anymore.
I like it if it was, we need to spice things up. Money in the Bank match. Cool. That's fine with me. Like, we're going to build some young cats up. This is what we're going to do. That I don't have an issue with. My issue is that it's like every year, it's that time of year, 2 briefcases floating around. You got 2 cash-ins possibly. And it's like, guys, I get it, but you're watering it down.
It's not often that I vehemently disagree with you, but in this case, I vehemently disagree with you. I can go down the line. Obviously, the first cash in by Edge on John Cena was absolutely fantastic. Seth's cash in at WrestleMania 31 is one of the greatest moments in professional wrestling history. No exaggeration. CM Punk cashing in on Edge on Raw was the first time it was done on national TV. It was awesome. But see, then you have times where it's like, okay, well,
you know what I'm about to say, right?
Damian Sandow is unsuccessful.
It can lead to a burial of a character.
It can. Yes.
Yeah. So that briefcase could be a gift and a curse. It ruined Damian Sandow.
And of course, the worst carrying of the briefcase in WWE history. Do I have to say it out loud? I want you to say it for me.
No, you please say it, because I was going to say something else, and if it's not what you're thinking.
Well, the worst Money in the Bank. What's the word I'm looking for? Money in the Bank.
One of mine is almost a superhero. We'll say.
Well, yeah, but
I didn't like that one.
But her cash in was still kind of cool. But anyway, I'm just looking for a word for carrying it around. But the worst person to carry around, the worst booked situation. Even worse than Otis, Deanna, because at least they changed their mind and went with The Miz. It has to be Austin Theory.
Oh, yeah. Cashing on the U.S. title was dumb. Dumb diddy dumb. Dumb diddy dumb. I'd never, ever like that. Guys, I'm going to throw your comments up on here. I can't keep up, but there's too many good ones here. Corbin was bad, too. That ruined Corbin. Getting pinned by Jinder Mahal was bad. I know they were trying to spice things up, but nah.
Oh, by the way, a little revelation for you, Conrad, and for the chat. Do you know the real reason that I wanted Jey Uso? It's going to make sense. Just bear with me. Do you realize the real reason why I said Jey Uso has to be world champion back from late 2023 all the way through last year and through this year?
Why so, Sean?
Because of Jinder Mahal.
I will never forgive them.
You cannot tell me that Jey Uso or many others did not deserve to be world champion when people like Jack Swagger and Jinder Mahal were world champion. That is unacceptable, bro. Another thing, Conrad Cushman, are you going to sit up here and tell me that Jinder Mahal deserved to be world champion and Damian Sandow, during the time he had Money in the Bank, could not have won the title at least for a little while?
The world title at that.
At least.
I thought they should have did it. Honestly, and if you go back in time, what year was that when it was Sandow? Was that 15, 14?
Sandow had to have been 20. Oh, my goodness.
13, maybe?
Yeah, something along those lines. It's been a while ago.
I thought Cody should have won that year. If you go back and if you can never find me, like, talk about it, I thought Cody should have won it that year. But maybe they were protecting him, too, in the long run.
But to stay focused on the subject and your tremendous question, Conrad, no, Money in the Bank should not be abolished. But we should abolish these ridiculous ways that they've been utilized over the past few years. And I'm hearing a rumor that you can cash in on tag titles now.
I think so. It sounds like any title.
Well, see, then if that's the case, then get rid of it because they're making it mean it's getting bad. It should be.
That's why I'm saying that.
But see, that's unfair, Conrad. I'm gonna tell you why it's unfair. It's not Money in the Bank that's the problem. It's the ridiculousness of Triple H and the storyline writers that are actually opening up the Money in the Bank to anything other than world championships. If you're going to tell me that you can cash in Money in the Bank on the women's intercontinental title or on the world tag team title, then get rid of Money in the Bank. But if Money in the Bank is exclusively for the World Heavyweight Championship or the WWE Championship, then it should not be abolished. But yes, if they're going to open it up to all the titles, then it's disgusting.
That was my point, though. It's stupid. Then at that point, let's just have a tag team Money in the Bank. Let's have this Money in the Bank.
The rumor I heard, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Conrad. Please do. I heard a rumor or read a rumor that WWE is going to open up Money in the Bank to tag team titles, where the winner of the Money in the Bank can choose their partner and then challenge the tag team champions. Did you hear that?
Someone said all championships, so I don't know how true it is, but I have heard people say it's for all championships.
Okay, yeah, that's ridiculous.
Seth Rollins cashes in on the NXT Women's Championship.
Might as well, delayed grats.
James brings up a good point. He says, just a reminder, the women are undefeated at cashing in. That is true. They have 100% rate. At this point, cash in on the 24th.
Good point, Vinny. Conrad, this is another thing that genuinely, I know it sounds like we're having fun here, and we are, but this genuinely bothers me. Money in the Bank, the way Chris Jericho created it, is an iconic thing in WWE history. And when something, and Conrad, correct me if I'm wrong, it's not just about wrestling, it's about life. Okay, so take this ride with me if you would. Kat, take this ride with me if you would. When something's iconic, when something is just genuinely awesome, it takes effort to ruin it. Does that make sense? It's like you have to go out of your way to ruin it. And that's what WWE is doing. They're making steps. They are making effort to ruin Money in the Bank. That's the reason why we're questioning about whether or not it should still be a thing, because Money in the Bank was naturally awesome, and they're literally ruining it every single year.
Yeah, and that's why I think it was important to read Matt's comment about Triple H doesn't like it, which I did see as well. Like, well, if that's true, then he's not doing a good job in restoring the feeling for it, but neither here nor there. I don't think it's going to go away. It's a gimmick. It sells toy play sets. It's T-shirts. It's a item to sell. I don't see it going away. But I'm just saying, if they took a break from it and used it when necessary, like Hell in a Cell, things like that, like they seem to be doing now, I would kind of consider that one too, or consider how can we freshen this up so that it's not the same people and we're in this thing. But let's get to the main event. Shut up, E. I saw what you wrote. Restore the feeling, eh? The last time is now. John Cena and Logan Paul taking on Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. While I enjoyed some spots in this match, I know looking at this that I kind of wish that they went a little different route, but I can't complain too much about it. It's pass. It's a pass for me. And I don't mean passes in like bad. I mean passes in like you did all right. You passed the grade. I like the spot with Logan and the drone. I thought that was really creative how they did that with the suplex with Cody. I also thought the moonsault to the outside through the table was really good. I see people, you know how I see, Sean, I don't know if you heard me say this on the Dynamite reviews. You know how I always say when you watch Dynamite, look for that one thing that you know that the other side's going to complain about. I knew as soon as Jey Uso did that spear and the table didn't break, I was like, yep, there it is for him. And they were going to latch on to that. This is what people do. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being 100% honest with you guys. They're going to latch on to that, and then they're going to use that to make their point. Like, see, yeah, this is what I'm talking about right here.
Like when Jey Uso was unsuccessful for the one and only time he ever was unsuccessful on a poncho over the top rope before WrestleMania.
Yeah. Same thing with Top Dollar. If you don't like Top Dollar, you're gonna latch on to that and continuously bring it up. He's a pretty good heel, though. Now, you know what I mean? Like, what he's doing is working. It's got people talking. But I thought this was a fine match. I just didn't like that Cody kind of won, and then he went to the outside to, like, pick Jey up. I was like, what is this? What? I know Cody's the all-time good guy and all that. I just thought that maybe Jey should get the pin. They haven't done a good job in, like, making Jey feel like he is main event. Like, you're doing this. I'm trying not to say a bad word here. You're middling him. Don't do that. Don't middle this guy. Let him be your world champ. I know tonight it's going to main event, but other times.
What did I say for the WrestleMania buildup? I said to you, Conrad, I said to anybody who would listen, I said, resumes and all that mattered to me was him winning that match, because everything I feared about the aftermath of that match is starting to happen. Like, Jey is over like Rover, but they are continuing to put him in situations where he looks like second fiddle. And there are little things, Conrad, and I know I'm preaching to the choir on this. There are little things that can make a world of difference. Like, why are we playing Cody Rhodes music when they come out together? Or why are they playing Cody Rhodes music when they finish a promo together? Jey Uso's the world heavyweight champion. So I bring up him winning the title of WrestleMania to say, as soon as Jey won the title, his days were numbered. I'm just glad that he has it on his resume, because it could be over as early as tonight.
At least it's not one of those Bob Backlund reigns. You know what I mean? Like super.
Well, it's kind of Kofi Kingston. I hope it doesn't end like Kofi Kingston's did.
Well, yeah, that could be just as damaging as well. Mm-hmm. Delayed Grant said this match started slowly at Cena speed. I'm gonna say this. I think they need to switch Cena as soon as they can back to a face. I don't think he should be a heel anymore. That's just me talking, but let me see here. Quills is giving this 7 out of 10. I was bored throughout most of the match, and it felt like shock value finishers afterwards. And yeah, we can get into this. We could talk a little bit here about R-Truth shows up underneath a hoodie. Once I saw them black Air
Unleash Conrad.
Once I saw those black Air Forces and that pant leg creeped up, I was like, yo, that's R-Truth. I know R-Truth anytime I see him. And he was in there. He clocked Cena with the championship. The fans were happy. We want truth. And I'm hoping that maybe Cena or someone put in a good word for him. Dog. R-Truth is back. If you go on WWE Shop, it is put under as Ron Killings. I think that he wanted to play a character. I've mentioned this before. He has kind of expressed what's the word I'm looking for? Like, not regret, but he wishes in his career that he maybe played a serious character more. He you know, you're trying to get on TV. Yeah, I'll do that thing. Mm-hmm. And then once he did, he was like, oh man, I'm stuck here.
You pigeonhole yourself.
There we go. That's much better. Thank you. Sean's my wordsmith today. He's holding me accountable, wordsmithing me. This is what I'm talking about. R-Truth ended up in that, right? And then he came back. And we're going to get into the nooks and crannies of it here in a second. But R-Truth being back, I think it's a good thing for the company. I don't want people to think like that me and Sean or anybody, Derek, like that we hate R-Truth. I don't hate R-Truth. I hate the way R-Truth was portrayed. That was always my thing with him. And if they have brought him back and he is Ron the Truth Killings, I'm for it then. Let's do it. Give him this last run, man. Let this guy go off and do his thing. He's someone that I would want in the company anyway. You want to coach? Be a coach. You want to be a manager? I think we can find a way to make you a manager. There's things for him to do. And let me know when you want to get into the press conference part, and we can get into that.
Of course, that's what we're here for, man. I know what we want to. I want to say this though to T3Z on a side note. Next year, T3, first of all, you're a soldier for that.
But next year, T3Z, if you have hookup for Knicks tickets, please let me know. I will pay you because you must have a hookup to get in the building for that game. So God bless you. But yes, let's get into the press conference and the lies that were told that night.
Triple H addresses the R-Truth return. This is Christopher Killings, R-Truth's son. Actually, he's a tremendous ball player if you guys wanted to check him out if you're a basketball fan. Triple H went on and was like, did you enjoy the show tonight? I'm going to answer this with the question. Did you enjoy the show tonight? All part of the show. Ron Killings' son said, stop the cap.
Good.
If you believe PW Insider and other reports, Sean, they also mentioned the idea of they tried to call R-Truth and he ignored them because some people don't play that. Me and Sean have said it. Maybe if you fire me once, could you get me back? Maybe. But once you fire me twice, I'm not coming back, dude. Like, you're going to have to give me crazy bread and do everything that I want. And I'm sure that might be what R-Truth did. They said Nick Khan had to call him. When the CEO's got a call, that's a problem. What did you do? Why was the locker room so upset by this? And is this a bad precedent? Is this just something different? Because are you going to do that from now on? I don't know. But I'm going to call people hypocrites here. Anyone who thinks this is a work, you're playing yourself, dog. This was not a work. There was no way that this could be a work.
My alteration will be, if you think this is a work, you need to grow up.
If you think that they wrote some crappy storyline of you're going to lose to John Cena in a few minutes on Saturday night's main event, and then people will chant your name, and then we're going to bring you back, you're kidding yourself. And then you're going to lose to JC Mateo, and then we're going to let you go. Like, that was the pitch storyline. Ain't no way, Sway. Ain't no way you're going to tell me that that's good wrestling writing. No, absolutely not, bro. They brought him back. And what Triple H should have said, which I'm sure Cody Rhodes or someone else would have said, was, dog, listen, all I want you to do is know that we heard you guys. We made a mistake. We probably shouldn't have did that, and we're going to rectify that mistake. The end. I'd have been like, good job, Triple H. Fist bump. But you know what? No, you can't do that. You can't, because you just got to be hateable. You got to be a hypocrite. You got to be a fool every single time. And this is why me and Sean dog on this sometimes. Like, why couldn't you just be cool about it? Why?
Triple H hasn't been cool in a long time, and you know what? Even when we thought he was cool, he wasn't cool. Triple H is just like his father-in-law in this regard.
Shout out to Rob. He said, you see him saying, we love Triple H at TK. I think his dad told him, don't mess the bag up. Yeah, you gotta chill too. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, he also took the post down. I don't care. It's too late. Once you put it out there, I know that's the truth. And Ron Killings writing, no work underneath it. What more do you want? What more do you want? Someone said WrestleMania 42, R-Truth Championship run. I don't know if he'll get that far. I don't know. Sean, what's the ceiling on this for you?
I think the ceiling, unfortunately, I don't think the ceiling is a world championship, but I think the ceiling is a one-on-one victory over John Cena. Maybe after John Cena loses the title at SummerSlam, they reignite this feud because of what happened at Money in the Bank. And I think a one-on-one Ron Killings match with John Cena with no title on the line, that he wins. And I think that would be an excellent, excellent way to end the story.
Not mad at it. End of the day, we here at Clash, I think it's fair to say this, Sean. Stop me if you don't agree with any of this. We are happy that Ron Killings is back. Get your bag.
Absolutely.
Get your bag. James, I usually don't like giving credit to these guys, but according to Coach, Gomez is not happy with the company. He is trying to use leverage with Saudi to get back in. We'll see about that. I don't see it happening. It's going to take a lot for that to happen. But yeah, let me see.
Would have to have something on them in order for them to let him back in. I don't even think if he had the money, which he does, that they would sell. Like, it's ridiculous at this point.
He said Kevin Owens got a match with Stone Cold at WrestleMania. R-Truth better get the strap, and Triple H needs to stay his backside in the back until the broadcast is over. Ron Killings needs to be NWA Ron Killings. The loss to JC told y'all if you wanted to make it at work, he should have been released after Saturday night. Can't pull the wool over my eyes. I see you TKO in WWE. That's coming from our boy, man.
Yeah, McKinney. But again, Triple H, like you said, like you articulated earlier, Conrad, like Triple H had a very easy layup thing that he could have said to make everything okay. You know what? You can even if he wanted to be a little arrogant about it and say, "Hey, you can never say that we don't give the fans what they want. We heard you and we brought them back." Like you can take it a step further than that. I never want to hear you guys say that we don't listen to the fans because that's exactly what we did. Be arrogant as long as you're saying the right way.
But he never says it the right way. Like, I'm like, dude, Cody Rhodes should be in your spot. Like, he articulates things better than you.
But see, it's like to take it a step further. He didn't say it the right way because he blatantly lied. Like it wasn't like because that's why I made a point about being arrogant. Like if you wanted to say, "Hey, I don't want to ever hear the bull crap or BS about we don't listen to the fans," because that's exactly what we did. I would have been like Triple H being an a-hole again, but he did bring him back, so I guess we can't. But for you to lie, to insult my intelligence and say it was all part of a work, you can't be serious.
What up, Tehran? Listen, I want to end this on
how stupid do you think we are?
Vinny has nailed it right here, Sean. Nailed it, in my opinion. Humility, a word Triple H doesn't know, I fear.
At all. I agree.
Well said. That is the perfect period into ending that segment. Be better, Hunter. Moving forward, WrestleMania Vegas was announced.
God.
Anything's worth doing twice is definitely a good time. Saturday, April 18th, Sunday, April 19th. Guess what? Double or Nothing ain't running again. Don't do it. Don't do it. If that's where they're going to run from now on, Double or Nothing's gone from there. Let them have Vegas then. But still a major mistake in your eyes, Sean?
Not a mistake because they're going to make money hand over fist. It's disgusting, and it's another example of how Triple H does not, nor WWE care about anything with the fans. The tickets are going to be outrageously priced. And it's going to be another year where me and my family, as we've talked about off the air, want to go to WrestleMania and will not go because we're not going to pay what we would pay to buy a brand new car to go to a wrestling show.
Listen, James said, "Now if only we want cheaper tickets," chant would work. Yeah, start yelling that, please. Me and Sean have tried to go to several shows just to link up.
Yes, we have.
The Royal Rumble. All these shows have in common? Their ticket prices are outrageous at this point. It's outrageous. There's no way that I'm paying that much money for it. And then all the other shows, you got to travel. Like, this is crazy. It's too much money for it. It's not worth it, in my opinion. He said Hubs needs to go to Grand Slam in New York anyway.
I think Eazy-E is correct in his assessment.
Yes. Moving forward here before we get into Triple A, WWE has some new NIL talents here. 3 of them are going to come off as possible nepotism picks. But top right corner here, Sean, Jacob Henry. You don't see any hope for any of these guys? Scott Steiner's son, right below him here in the red football jersey. And we have Titus O'Neil's son right next to him. Moving on to Worlds Collide, everybody. Worlds Collide.
I don't want to hear about them. I don't want to hear that crap anymore about these these kids coming into the. If they make it, they make it. If they don't, they don't. Like they're making a spectacle of these kids with the, like you said, the outright nepotism. That's going. I don't want to hear about that crap.
I'm with McKinney. Hashtag lower prices.
Mm.
Is Titus run over? Yeah, Titus is definitely just working backstage from now on. Man, Matt Lopez, why are you and Sean talking? I was just trying to bring y'all the.
It's a fact, Emily V. For she. Thank you, because it's like I don't want to hear about that garbage. It's ridiculous. I saw a post that they put up. All four of them were for the crop, especially the ones that have their parents already in the WWE. We're posting this picture together. 4 future WWE stars. Shut up. I want to hear that crap. If you make it, you make it. If you don't, you don't. I want to. This is ridiculous. Didn't they have some kind of feature on WWE.com or something like that about these 4 kids? I don't want to. Stop wasting my damn time.
I wanted to do it in the Ken Patera voice when you said "shut up." Shut up.
It's ridiculous. Give me a break, man. I don't want to see that crap. Mark Henry's son, Titus O'Neil's son. Who else? It's Scott Steiner's son. I don't want to see that crap.
Funny, it's the NIL. Take your kids to work. They chill, delay crap.
No, that's essentially what it is. Thank you, Gratz and Emleezy. Like it's complete garbage. Like you're going to feature these kids, and they're going to end up being nothing. And then we're going to have to remember. Oh, remember, I guess Mark Henry's son didn't work out.
Well,
I guess Scott Steiner's son. He wasn't good enough to make it, but we're going to give him features on WWE.com and Peacock. Talking about how they're the next big things. Shut up.
Jocelyn brings up a great point. Never too late to go to any AEW, GCW, or affordable yet great shows. Yeah, support your local.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Ray Thompson says it's sad WWE product is bleeding out all the common fans with these prices. Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Worlds collide. We had ourselves a little bit of a spicy show here. They did add a match to the card. Let me see.
Oh, McKinney with the point of the day almost. Oh, my.
Well, I'll pull it up for you.
Oh, my God. McKinney says Obafemi was NIL and Jada Parker was NIL. No cover story for them. I wonder why. And I know that's exactly where you're going, McKinney. I wonder why. Wow. That might be the – oh, my God. Okay, because I'm about to go off. I'm going to chill. Oh, my.
Here we are. Worlds collide.
Mm-hmm.
It was a wonderful card. We actually opened up with Rey Mysterio talking about how WWE has put importance. I don't know if this is the exact translation, but someone said that he kind of said WWE has put AAA on a new level now. And they've done this and blah, blah, blah. I'm sure he was told to say all this stuff. But it's what it was. Rey Mysterio is one of the greatest luchadors of all time, in my opinion. No one can tell me otherwise. If you want to, you could try, but Ray's one of the best. When they had him out here, though, like they were out there with the flags, doing the openings and all that stuff, I was like, what is going on? Triple H and Shawn Michaels looks like he needed the AAA owner's hair, and what is happening right now? There was just a lot of people out there. He was like, where'd you get that wig from? Like they were just sitting out there, and I'm like, what are we doing right now? Everything just felt weird and awkward. To having wrestlers out there holding the flags for the original owner. It's what it was, right? But I don't know, Sean, if you have anything you want to say about that before we get into the matches.
I want to say that I'm going on. I've said the first part to you privately, but I'll say this second part to you. For the first time, you're going to hear this on the air with our viewers. The part you did hear, AAA is being WWE'd. I'm going to say it again. AAA is being WWE'd. And the second part that I haven't said to you previously that I'm going to say to you right now, AAA will bleed into NXT or AAA will be non-existent in 2 years or less. That's my prediction.
TNA, NXT, and AAA NXT are real things.
AAA, as we know it, or as we think we know it, will be done in 2 years or less. Mark my words. Remember, I said it.
Yeah. World Monopoly. The late Rats called this show. Corey Graves was on commentary with Conan. Conan was there. Conan was trying to tell stories too, like the old school, like, hey, this guy's father did blah, blah, blah. I know what Conan was trying to do. He's trying to put his guys over and do his best. But in WWE land, they speak in bites. If you've ever noticed that. Sorry, hold on. I'm taking this down for a second. They speak in bites. Mm-hmm. Michael Cole, oh my! That's all they want from you for the clip. When you're trying to tell a story, they're like, we don't have time for this. Mm-hmm. And that's how they treat it. I appreciate what he was trying to do. But I don't know how you felt about his commentary. I don't want to fully.
I thought it was absolutely terrible.
I thought Corey Graves did a good job in keeping it.
I think Corey Graves carried him to make it not look embarrassing because Conan seemed unprepared and completely the lack of charisma on the microphone.
Yeah, Conan sucked, low energy, lame what goes into it.
I'm not going to hold back and say anything that's not true. I was a big fan of Conan in the Wolfpack days. That was 30 years ago.
But you understand what I'm saying, though, with the
I know story? Exactly what you're saying. I think he was terrible.
No, but I'm saying him trying to tell the backstory. Like, I get what he was trying to do, but he's not getting. You got to get to the point, bro.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I think he was missing the mark.
So to basically, your point is solid. His delivery was terrible.
Yeah. We'll go with that. Going back to this opening matchup here, they have this listed as the LWO. It is not the LWO, though. It is Dragon Lee and Cruz del Toro and Lince Dorado. People are probably like, where did he come from? But yeah, he's here. He's a trainer, I believe, in NXT now. They're going to be taking on Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and Mr. Iguana. Mr. Iguana stole the show, Sean.
He did.
I don't know how you feel about this, but the brother was everywhere. McKinney, everybody was talking about him. And can I get into something else? Listen, these guys won. The baby faces won here. You can't stop the Iguana power. They were big fans. This was a fun matchup. They got into some stuff. But I want to get into Mr. Iguana real quick. Sean, do you know wrestling fans who dislike, it can even be podcasters, Orange Cassidy?
Mm-hmm.
What would you call them if they were like, Mr. Iguana's great? Because there was a Spanish fly done to a stuffed iguana in this match.
Oh, I mean, it's interesting.
Hypocrites! That's the word I'm looking for.
I was going to say interesting double talk is what I was going to say, but go ahead.
And I'm looking forward to a lot of these people who are going to be like, oh, but it's because he puts his hands in his pockets and he disrespects his opponent. This is fun. I'm not saying this to put down Mr. Iguana. Don't think that. I'm saying this to point out that you are a hypocrite if you say Orange Cassidy sucks, but you like this. It's okay to like it. I'm not saying it's wrong. I like it. I like Mr. Iguana. He got over. It works. I can see why kids would get into it. I'd be selling those iguanas immediately as well. But you can't sit up here and tell me then like, oh, when Orange Cassidy does it, it sucks. I don't want to hear that from people.
Double talk or hypocrisy, like you said.
I didn't see any video packages for people either. Remember that? Oh, I need video packages for new people. Where were those?
Your talk, Conrad. Talk your talk.
No, I'm just tired of the BS, man. Just stop doing this. That's why today's show was about to be called Hypocrisy and Truth. And the truth was for our truth. Like, that was the purpose of today's show. But I didn't want to write that in there because Money in the Bank didn't get more clicks than that. So that's why I did it. And it's not clickbait because that's more so what we were talking about. But it's garbage, bro. It's just utter garbage, in my opinion. I'm just leaving it out there.
No. I was just reading a comment. I think it is hypocrisy, and I think people need to take a long, hard look at themselves and realize, hey, listen, you're just blatantly double talking and blatantly showing hypocrisy about things that are not accurate. Like, it is the same thing. People like to, cherry pick so they can make their point more valid.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm going to read Ray's thing real quick here, too, just because it sounded important to him. Ray said, when me and my brothers would do draft on SVR, the SmackDown versus Raw video games, Ray was always my younger brother's first pick. My middle bro would take Taker, and I would take Cena. Look at that. Memories. Clown says, I live a stone's throw away from Mexico. Lucha is part of the culture. If WWE messes with AAA too much, it won't even last a few months. People will revolt.
Yes, I agree. I said 2 years, and it may not even be that long. I want to read this one comment if you don't mind, because I have a response. MJB in the place to be. I appreciate you, MJB. He says, some would say the same about Jesse Ventura, but I personally don't mind him. As it relates to the commentary about Conan, Jesse Ventura, even at this advanced age, is way better.
way better. He is very much in tune with the product and how he comes across. He's still 1980s, don't get me wrong, but he is still articulate enough to put over a match and make you feel something. Conan was not successful in that regard.
Yeah. And I see a lot of good comments in here. Hate PWG style, but love this Chikara DDT AAA stuff. No lies told, E and Matt. Like, I see what you guys are saying. I like I said, I just want to point out do you guys realize what you're saying? Mm-hmm. Now, this opener, Dom was ringside with this girl. They were sitting out there. He started talking crazy, and Octagon Jr. had to put them hands on him, which led to a 4-minute match on Money in the Bank. We digress. Worlds collide. We're back here with another match. It was Stephanie Baker, Lola Vice. They ended up defeating Chick Tormenta and Dalise. When they both did that double the double head scissors, or what is it called? The devil's kiss?
Devil's kiss. Oh man,
Stephanie is
sexy.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what they wanted, but that's what they had here for this one. Quite interesting. Now I'm gonna move into this next match here and get into it was a trios match, right? I can't believe the amount I thought Psycho Clown was going to be one of the ones that the WWE audience would have enjoyed and loved more. Maybe I was wrong. Guys in the chat who are AAA fans, am I wrong here? Like, I thought Psycho Clown would have definitely been someone that they would fall in love with. Like, dude, if you're a Noah fan, you know about Dr. Wagner Jr. Like, he's fantastic. Pagano, another one. Great. But they went up against Legado del Fantasma, who needed something here. Yo, let me tell you this. Where's Rob at? Rob will tell you. I just commented right before that, talking my craziness, where I was like, yo, why do these dudes not match anymore as a tag team? Why? And what do you think ended up happening? They came out on this night, and they decided, let's match. I was so heated, bro. I was like, and why are they wearing WWE patches on them?
Yeah, I noticed the wardrobe too. Yep.
Yeah, we don't bleed WWE over here. Take it easy, bro. And I also question why is that logo on top of that, but I digress.
Hold your point. That was the first thing I saw. That big, massive WWE logo in the middle of what's supposed to be a AAA ring. It's over.
You mean not the four sides?
It's over. AAA. 2 years or less. 2 years or less. And it's a damn shame, Conrad. But go ahead.
Yeah. Yo, people are doing the Booker T in the chat for it. I want the Devils.
I love it.
They put the popular wrestlers in the front row.
Joe Compton, I want a Devil's kiss from her in reverse.
Yet another PLE filler process yet done.
Reverse it. Reverse Devil's kiss.
reverse. One hop this time.
That's right.
Back to the show.
And all the brothers out there, y'all know when I say y'all know what the Devil's kiss is, the move. If you reverse it, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Time to hold Sean accountable. We talked about keeping this show PG.
Okay. I'll stop.
Well, you're not there yet, but you were dipping your toe in Dave's.
Yeah, I'll stop.
Look at him now. See, now you got the chat laughing.
Hey, I'm just saying. Go ahead, bro.
I don't know how I feel about the ring changing. Like, were you big on that with TNA when Bischoff and Hogan switched it? Like, I didn't. I personally prefer four ring post. I think it makes for less awkward spots. I just remember Billy Gunn in the TNA ring, and I remember he couldn't move as fast because he was like, "Oh, ugh." Like he would hit that corner.
All I can say is this, man. Like the 6 sides in TNA and the specialty ring in AAA. That's their staple. That's their staple, right? That's their calling card. So if you're going to change that, what else are you going to change? Probably everything.
Right. And Miracle's fine with the ring change. I am too, but I also get what Sean's saying though. Like I get when they changed it on TNA. Like I get it. Like, this is why are you doing this? You know? Clown says Clown is I'm talking about Psycho Clown, is a heel in AAA, and from what I understand, the arena was filled with knowledgeable AAA fans. Maybe that's why he didn't get the response you thought. Yeah, I just thought that the WWE audience would fall more in love with him, and instead it's Mr. Iguana. I mean, things are just different, you know? Legado del Fantasma ended up getting the win here. I was surprised by that. Like I said, the former Noah World Champion ended up taking the beat down here, Dr. Wagner Jr. So, fun 15-minute match, though.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. Next up, we had the NXT North American Championship on the line here. It was your boy, Sean. Sean, I need you to learn the song because you'll probably sing it better than me. Ego. He comes out there.
I gotta learn that one. I'm sorry.
I only know the beginning of it because I know that Def Rebel wrote that theme.
Okay.
Ego, because they gotta let you know who's coming in the first 2 seconds of the song. They just yell names.
Right.
Instead.
Exactly.
He defeated Javon Evans, Laredo Kid, Ray Phoenix. I can tell you what Laredo Kid was there to do, with all due respect. They went out here and they had themselves a heck of a match. I actually thought that this could have been match of the night until we got to the main event, but I thought they did a good job in this one. It's just crazy that this is what we're doing with Ray Phoenix, bro. Like, this was who you guys were wanted really badly. Like, this is.
It's just like Ray Phoenix and Penta. They're just guys now. The WWE loses its infatuation with people once they bring them in. I keep telling you, the grass is not always greener, Mariah May, but I digress.
McKinney, I just looked at the date. You cut it out. Kip James, the ring was for his old behind. I'm just saying, anybody who could hit the ropes, though, watch the awkwardness sometimes where they would slow down in it. Just go watch some old TNA and just pay attention to people who could really move and hit the ropes. You'd be like, that I see why some people would be like, nah. The Fatal 4-Way was great, Doug said. Bring back the Lucha Brothers. Yeah, it might be that time.
And Lizzie says he's just another guy now. I told you. Didn't I say that, Conrad? I told you. It's not going to take long for Ray Phoenix and Penta to become just other guys.
Well, my issue is that you had a chance to capitalize on them being single stars, but they're going to end up. They need to be a tag team. We're almost getting to the point of save the tag division, and then after that, I don't know what you're going to do.
The honeymoon. I love what Joe Compton said. The honeymoon phase is over for Penta and Ray. That's exactly what it is, bro. The honeymoon phase. Oh, they're brand new. They're shiny toys. And when I say shiny toys, I don't feel this way, but this is how I feel WWE feels. Oh, we got 2 shiny new toys, Penta and Phoenix. A couple months down the line, they're in a non-consequential match on SmackDown.
And that's why I told everyone the same thing when it comes to that whole the whole feeling of that Ray Phoenix is unhappy and blah, blah, blah. They're going to do it both ways, guys. It's going to happen. Trust me. It's not the first.
But you know what? I blame WWE, but you know who else I blame? I blame people for coming to WWE. I've been shouting it from the rooftops. WWE's grass is not always greener. Unless they're offering you millions and millions of dollars, which they may, and if that's the case, I have to take a back seat. But if the deals are comparable between AEW and WWE, I don't see why everybody's so quick to run to WWE. Mariah May is the former undisputed world women's champion of All Elite Wrestling. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it, guys. And that's the problem, Conrad. That's the problem, chat. People sugarcoat things. So I'm going to say it from the rooftops. And thank you, Matt, for reminding me also about Ricky Starks, a.k.a. Ricky Saints. Former TBS heavyweight champion of AEW. Former world women's champion of AEW. Do you know where they are now? They are in developmental. It's time for people to start saying it with their chest. It's time for people to start acknowledging the truth. NXT is WWE's developmental system.
Well, you see, that's the chameleon, though, that they're going to – it's developmental.
Am I wrong, Connor? Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not, but do you hear what I'm saying, though? This is the game people will play with us. Oh, it's not developmental. It's a third brand now. It's on a TV show. It's got its own deal. But then when it's something that doesn't go their way, it's just developmental, guys. It's not a big deal that they beat developmental. You know, you beat our developmental brand. It's just funny how it works. Pay attention to the optics. I'm just trying to teach y'all, like, just there's certain argument points that you're like, it ain't worth it, fam. Ethan Page got the win. Good for him. I'm glad you brought up Mariah May and getting into that. You know what? This is short and sweet, this one with her. Mariah May, I hope you're happy. I hope you go on to have a great career. People move around. Good for you. Have fun. I know that there's going to be people waiting on the other end with the I told you so's, and that goes both ways. I told you she could do it. I told you this was a bad idea. So we'll see what happens. Like you said, you went from winning the world title on AEW's like biggest stage to here you are. But this could turn out to be the best thing for her. I hope they have a plan.
I love your positivity, Conrad, but I'll never understand why you want to go from playing what's a good comparison?
AAA ball to
there you go.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I personally think JC Jane is cooked. I think she knew as soon as we heard that, it's time for NXT to get glamorous. We still don't know her name yet either.
There you go.
Lexus King is on the developmental. Yeah, he shouldn't be talking crazy. Some of these stars need work, Joel says. Whew. I don't know. True that. Yep, he remembers. Congrats, you beat our developmental.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. MJB says, if I didn't know anything else, I know this. Wrestling is always going to have pro WWE, AEW, TNA, indie fans, but then again, certain talent and wrestlers are always going to be pro WWE, AEW. Yeah. Here's the thing, and this will be my last thing on it, and then we'll get to the main event. They are relying on you to, number one, have that dream as a kid, like, what if you make it big here? What if you do it? What if you don't? They don't want the market pay structure to change. That's what Tony Khan is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Khan can pay you. You know why? These numbers ain't nothing to his dad. They see NFL contracts. Do you want to see something bad?
There you go.
There's an argument going on in Buffalo right now with James Cook. He wants mad money, and you got to weigh the pros and the cons. Like, is this guy going to get hurt? Is he worth it? Can we get another running back out there that can do the same, and it'll be a little cheaper for us? These are the questions that they have. And we're talking 15 mil. Ain't nobody getting 15 mil right now in wrestling.
Right.
All right? This ain't nothing. 5 years? 5 years for how much? Whoa, that's what you could get? That's how they think of it. And when AEW is paying people for it, and they say they're overpaying for Swerve, you know why? Because they don't want to pay their people more.
Good point.
But that's what they deserve. They don't like that because they want to control the market. They haven't had this in 20 years. We control it all. And TKO probably wants that back. That's why they're trying to get that debt down. And it's going to be a while. They bought assets. Like, that takes you a while to chop back down. But that's the reason for the anger. 15 mil is 200 AEW wrestlers. Thank you. Per appearance deals, too, on some of them.
Come on now. Talking right.
Main event time. Remember this guy people didn't like? Here comes another hypocrisy rant. We have Chad Gable taking on Vikingo. Listen, y'all. I remember a lot of people, man, that Kenny Omega match really wasn't that big a deal. Oh, this guy just does flips and stuff. Sounded a lot different this week from those same accounts. Just pointing it out.
He's the best, the highest, most prolific Lucha Libre star in history.
Vikingo is that boy. And this is Vikingo after injuries now. He's
always been dope, but they weren't hyping him up like this before.
Yeah, because remember what happened to all the flippy? I don't like flippy stuff. Will Ospreay, flippy stuff. It's a style, guys. Lucha Libre is a style. Strong style is a style. You can respect it. Technical wrestling is a style. That's why we like Bret Hart. I love all forms of wrestling. That's why it's great. Unbelievable. Vikingo and Chad Gable went out here and they showed out. They had him come out. They won. All the baby faces come out to celebrate. I don't know what is doing back there.
Oh God. Okay. Oh, I don't know this symbolizes. Okay.
They had the whole "this is a moment" thing, though.
Because we do Yeah, we do realize that AAA lost the night, right?
No comment.
I'm just saying, like, are we supposed to? They're building it up as like an invasion storyline where like it's a competition of matches. AAA lost. AAA lost. Like, why am I the only one? I know I'm not the only one. Why am I the only one who understands what's going on here? WWE won the night. What are we celebrating, AAA? They're about to be non-existent in about 6 months? WWE won the night 3 matches to 2. What are we celebrating?
Yeah.
Like I don't understand. Conrad, help me, bro.
Yeah. Brother, it's all in how it looks, right? Remember, it's how the show ends. I don't fall for that. You know I don't believe in that. Remember,
No, I know. I'm just help me to not overreact right now. WWE beat AAA. What is AAA celebrating?
Ego. that's I got nothing.
No. I know you're having fun with this, Conrad, but I'm being serious because it bothers me that AAA and the powers that be of AAA are not recognizing this. When did we get into the room when Worlds Collide was being put together on a showcase of AAA? This is a AAA showcase. This is the debut of AAA wrestling under the WWE umbrella. WWE won. What are we celebrating? Chat, am I bugging? Chat, tell me I'm bugging right now.
Oh, I have more to add to your thing, but I'm going to say it in 1 second. I want to get to these comments. Jocelyn says,
man.
Tony can pay him whatever he wants. No need to appease shareholders. That is the benefit for sure for Tony. Vikingo was insane. He worked well with Gable. I can't be pro one thing, but Mr. Levesque better hope Vince don't try to come back. Personally, I never hope it happens in my lifetime again, but Russo said Hunter might not have a job in the company. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I told you how I've seen it with Rock lately, though, and him. Javon Evans in the back, LOL, yeah. James, I'm going to get to that in 1 second, that quote. Delayed Grass says, let's be honest, there are pro wrestling fans and then there are WWE fans for whom wrestling equals WWE. It needs to have that logo for fans to like it. That is true.
Good point. That, you know what, Delayed Grass? That's sad, but you're 100% right.
I like Vikingo and Doses. Chad Gable was on fire. He's been studying with El Grande Americano, and it shows.
Yeah, they've been having sessions together where they training sessions. I mean, it's clear that they're rubbing off on each other. Much respect.
Where's your spine? AAA, you got an offer you can't refuse? Absolutely. Look at AAA and TNA getting screwed by WWE.
Come on, somebody. Thank you, James.
The fans won the night, Brother Hubbard. We was treated some great matches, some entertaining talent.
Joe, I love your perspective. It is very fair and very, very much appreciative as it relates to pro wrestling fandom. But I have to disagree with you, my guy. I see what you're saying, and I respect it. That let's call a spade a spade. God bless you, Joe Compton. You're trying to put a good spin on it. I respect it. You know what happened on Saturday afternoon? WWE showed its dominance over AAA. They sat down in a room, they booked 5 matches, and they made sure WWE won 3 and AAA won 2. That's what happened.
And Matt said that it wasn't even on PLE. It was a YouTube special. I think they have to do that, though, because AAA fans need to get acclimated to it, because I used to watch AAA on Twitch and YouTube. That's how I always watched it. Like, even their, like, Triple Reina shows, like, that's how I watched them. YouTube, like, it was always free. So personally, that's what I think the strategy was here. And then they were trying to get those people to get PLEs after.
People don't realize, Conrad. I think you do, and I think most of our, if not all of our, very educated viewers do. But people don't understand, bro.
Oh, the what they're gonna do. Some people may not know what we know, though, Sean. Like, we've been around long enough that I'm like, oh, I know this game. Here's what they're about to do.
Do you know why WWE won Invasion in 2001? Because WWE was not going to allow WCW to win Invasion in 2001. And I'm not talking about the Invasion pay-per-view. I'm talking about the Invasion as a whole. Only reason WCW/ECW won the Invasion pay-per-view is because they knew eventually that WWE was going to win the Invasion at Survivor Series. This, I'm going to say it again, Conrad, because I want to beat it in people's heads. Saturday was supposed to be a showcase for AAA. AAA was supposed to be showcased in its debut under the WWE umbrella, and they turned it into a competition, and WWE won the competition
every time. That's how it's always going to go.
I mean, why don't people understand this? It's complete sabotage, bro. It's complete sabotage. AAA should be humiliated. Why am I the only one? I'm serious, bro. I'm not joking.
I think it's what Jocelyn said, though. They were about to go bankrupt, and they're probably just like, oh, thank goodness we still got, you know what I mean? They're preying on that stuff. I know you don't like it, but that's what happens. Savio Vega worked backstage, is my understanding for it. McKinney says, I don't see TNA being screwed because all of their numbers are up, tickets, pay-per-views. They didn't get that with AEW. Look at the numbers. Kenny Omega did bring the viewership up. Scott D'Amore said that. And Kenny Omega was a great person for them to have at that time as their world champ. And they gave you someone equivalent to the world champion in AEW to TNA. Versus they're giving you NXT people. These are people that you don't even know if it's going to work when they get called up to the main roster. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. Here's my thing. If TNA loses this partnership tomorrow, what are the numbers then? Because I think they've gotten worse since this started. But we'll see. And this is from someone who watches TNA. These companies have no backbone. Hubs is making a point. TNA has debased themselves, and now their world champ is an NXT talent. If there's no NXT on that show, do you want to watch those shows?
And to piggyback off of Delayed Grad's point, thank you very much, by the way. So you're saying that a developmental guy is better than our main roster. Why is this? I'm not angry at any. You know what I'm angry at? I'm not angry at WWE. You know why? Because I'm sick of WWE, and I know WWE are scumbags. I'm angry at TNA. I'm angry at AAA. I'm angry at these organizations that have busted their butts for years to allow themselves to be humiliated, Conrad. Humiliated on a weekly basis. I'm going to say it one more time, Conrad Cushman. Saturday was supposed to be a AAA. As a matter of fact, let's take it to a whole new level. Why was WWE on the show to begin with?
They needed their help, they're going to say.
Oh, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. AAA, I hope it's over. It's over. And what I'm seeing, it disgusts me. It disgusts me. Y'all think I be joking? I'm dead serious, bro.
No, I told you we've studied this for a long time. I was going to ask you. You brought up Invasion real quick. I'm going to bring up a few things that we're going to kind of lightning through the news. What did you ever hear the original idea of what they wanted to do before it got thrown out, which probably was always the plan? But
I thought it was WCW was going to remain, and it was going to be Shane. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Raw was going to lose tonight. Basically, they were going to have a match where winner gets Raw. Shane was going to win and turn Raw into Nitro. That's why Raw ended up looking the way it did in like 2002.
Right.
That was the plan. But then someone said, no, we're not going to do that. Why? Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't Shane then? And then Shane would split the roster with Vince. Shane would get his people on Raw, and then Vince would get his people on SmackDown. That'd be WWF and WCW, and that's how you leave it permanently. Mm-hmm. And then you come together for WrestleMania for big shows every year. Nope. That didn't work, brother. That wasn't working for them. So they tossed it out, and they did what they did. And Austin was the main focus of it, which not saying that was a fully bad thing. Like, it made sense if you watched it at the time, like, oh, Austin hates them, but he also hated WCW. Like, what are we doing?
If World Wrestling Entertainment knocked on my or Conrad's door and said they wanted to bring Clash of the Podcast into the WWE fold, do you think we'd still be Clash of the Podcast? Absolutely not. They would change it. They would critique it. They would make it their own. And we would have to literally, me and Conrad would have to literally talk about whether or not we want to adhere to the WWE way. WWE is not going to bring anything in and let it be what it is.
Stan Robertson, Sean Hubbard here this week for Clash of the Podcast. How you doing, Sean?
You're being funny, bro, but I'm being dead serious.
Oh, I think kicked out first.
Right, and I'm saying that it would be a situation, and this is why I don't understand people like you and me, Conrad, who, if that were our situation, and who knows, maybe it will be, where we would have to sit down and have a conversation about whether or not we're going to change our stuff to appease to WWE, right? But yet, AAA is willing to forfeit their whole legacy.
Yo, Rob, I'm gonna, as soon as I see you, I owe you one Ric Flair chop for this. He said WWE presents Clashes Places. I can hear that stupid Stephanie music in the background. Hunter, I never knew how hard it was for you to spit that water till I had to try it. I was like, turn this off now. Yo, y'all want to know the truth about that? I've been very kind about this to Stephanie because I know she's going through it because she's a background player and all of this stuff. But you know what? I don't know what she knows. I don't care at this point. But these little corny podcast segments, it's to rehabilitate the family name because it's tainted. That's all this is. I thought you needed a break from this. Sorry, I'm saying it. I'm just saying it, man. But we're going to move on here. I want to address one more thing that James had brought up. Conan doing his thing in the whole, AAA. They're not going to Americanize it. And this is exactly what we were talking about here. Like, I don't believe this. Like, are they going to really keep it this way? How long is Conan going to stay in his spot for? Jeremy Borash ran this. This was a Jeremy Borash production, is my understanding as well. So I don't know what to expect from this. I do think he's going to eventually become like a developmental brand, and we're going to have to just see where it goes. But this is a lot of pro wrestling for them, and we'll just have to do the old wait and see when that happens. Insert, well, that was a lie meme. Yes, people are going to hold on to this, and they are going to come for Conan when it's time for all of the things that he has said. I even saw Disco Inferno like putting up stuff and doing that. Like, what are we doing, fam? Disco Inferno out here making jokes like, oh, I'd like to. Someone else had to carry Conan, Corey Graves. Shut up, Disco. That's why Disco gets what he gets from me, Sean. I still have not went back and watched that match yet.
Super Bowl 98. I'm just saying, bro.
I'm just saying. More people seem like they enjoy Worlds Collide than Money in the Bank, though, Sean. I will say I'm giving Worlds Collide the edge as well for what show I thought was better.
I think Worlds Collide from an in-ring standpoint was better. I just don't like what it symbolizes.
So here were some more of the jokes. WWE Bash of the Podcast brought to you by Clash of Clans, sponsored by Dude Wipes and Wheatley Vodka.
I'm just trying. See, y'all are making me laugh, bro. I'm just saying they would try and change us, and then we'd have to. Oh my god.
Yo, E, you gotta chill with that, bro. If people don't know the Disco and Big Show story, you gotta chill. Somebody delayed grass at World's Collusion.
I like that. That's a fact.
From now on. Going through the news real quick, man. Shane McMahon denies Vince McMahon is starting a new wrestling company and won't rule out him buying back WWE because he's saying the old anything can happen. But I thought of you, Sean, when I saw this one. Shane McMahon was asked about his meeting with AEW. This is by TMZ Sports. I had a meeting with AEW and wish them continued success, but it's not WWE. It's not the company I helped build. But you never know what's going to happen in this business. What Tony Khan must have been thinking exactly what you said, Sean. I can't trust them. There's no way I could trust
you. How can you trust them? Exactly.
There's no way.
I think Shane McMahon's the coolest out of all the McMahons, but I still wouldn't trust him.
No lies told, Jack. AEW Summer Blockbusters happening. Portland, Oregon, Moda Center. I don't know if there's still tickets. Maybe it's going to be 4 hours long. Like I said, Thursday review will be with Jesse from the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Make sure you guys tune in, and we'll be talking about it. We have the contract signing between Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada. I sat right here with Sean, and I've been telling y'all since December that the match. It's happening. Will Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland 2. Woo, got a heater. We got Timeless Tony Storm versus Julia Hart, the Hurt Syndicate in a trios match with Speedball Mike Bailey, Kevin Knight, and Commander. Mystico's going to be there. Me and BJ, I went on a little rant about Mystico as well last week. Thank you, BJ, for doing the show with me. Mystico, one of the top draws in Mexico. Do not disrespect some of these people, man. Tay J is back taking on Megan Bain and Penelope Ford, Kyle Fletcher, Anthony Bowens, and Thecla's taking on Queen Aminata. And I'm sure there's going to be more added to this. Sean, this is what All In's looking like, man. How are you feeling with these 3 matches? Just
looking
real quick.
Like a blockbuster. I hope that Okada versus Omega. Only thing I have to say is I hope Okada versus Omega is the main event.
I would not cry if any. I think it's going to be Moxley and Hangman. I really do, but I'm not mad at it. If you main evented with any of these 3, I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yep. Shout out to the ladies. This is a marquee matchup.
Yeah, you called that one. I got that one wrong. I thought it'd be Hater in the spot, but they're going for it. And Mercedes picked up another championship, by the way, too.
Yes, she's 5 belt Monet again.
She's out here cruising. TNA. Yeah, well, technically, she's probably carrying the Owen belt too.
Yeah, facts.
Against all odds, Trick Williams beat Elijah. We have Masha Slamovich, who's been fantastic. If you ask me who needs to be spotlighted, it'd be Masha, Macklin, and Mance Warner, probably some of my favorites. You had the famous team of the Nemeth brothers, the Zigglers, in there. Santino Marella won a pretty big match for him to keep his power. Joe Hendry loses to Frankie Kazarian. Huh? Ali picks up a big win. I don't know what we're doing for some of this. I don't. Mike Santana's the next guy, but I also think that they need to be careful because I think Mike Santana's on WWE's radar. I heard they liked him a lot.
That's a fact.
So every time you get something good, hey, friend, where have you been? Like they're going to be right in there with their hands running. Tonight, we've got Raw. Nikki Bella's on. For some reason, that picture didn't go through. I probably ran out of space, but Nikki Bella will be returning on Raw tonight to do what? We don't know. King and Queen of the Ring tournament begins tonight. They're going to have 4 ways for each brand, and then the winners will face off and and meet to crown the winner. And main event tonight, Jey Uso, Gunther. Let's go.
Well, it's time to predict the main event, and I think I have it down to a science. I could be wrong. But I believe that Jey Uso defeats Gunther in a very hotly contested dogfight of a match. I think Jey Uso gets what could be considered outside of WrestleMania his signature win by beating Gunther one-on-one. Many near falls. I think it's going to be a 20-minute match, and I think immediately following Jey Uso's hard-fought victory, you're going to hear Burn It Down, and Seth Rollins is going to cash in the Money in the Bank.
I'm hoping Punk or Sammy shows up. Someone's got to stop him from trying to take advantage here. I think you can do it. I think you hold off at least until SummerSlam. I
would like that to be the case, but I just have a sneaking feeling that now look, I have a sneaking feeling he's going to cash in. That doesn't mean, like you said, maybe Punk and Sammy could save it, but I don't know. I just know I have a feeling that Seth is going to try and cash in tonight.
Yeah, I think he's going to attempt to, but I don't think he ever gets to fully go through. Miracle says Seth Rollins loses his briefcase when he tries to cash in tonight, but he recovers by winning King of the Ring, going on to SummerSlam to win the title.
I like that Miracle. Kind of like he kind of gets out of the picture and then right back in.
Yeah, but then you gave him the briefcase for him to lose it, then for him to win the next tournament. Like he won 2 accolades just to get 1 title shot.
I feel you. That's why I think my original prediction. Again, the key to the whole prediction is that Jey beats Gunther in a hard-fought match. I'm talking about a knockdown, drag out, many near falls, Jey to the point of exhaustion, and then Jey gets the win. And then here comes Seth.
Does Goldberg show up tonight?
I hope not. I heard that rumor too. Golly. Oh God.
Do you want Gunther to lose 2 in a row against Jey? I think it's going to be Gunther by DQ. That won't weaken him any. Sorry, Sean, but I gave you the finish earlier in the show, man. He's losing because Seth with the case is lame. So yeah, he thinks that they're just gonna let him get it. Who's Goldberg? Yo, you know who. I'm way late. No, you're good, Jesse. You're good, man.
What up,
We're just
Jesse?
wrapping up. We're just wrapping up, man. I'm letting Sean say his phrase. We're gonna get on out of here. Hit like if you just came in. Definitely go back and listen to us. We're on audio streams, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts at. We're there. Yes. Just go in and show some love. I did promote us, Jesse. Jesse's live tomorrow, Tuesday. Make sure you guys show love to the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Sean, take us out of here, brother.
Couple of quick programming notes. Make sure you tune in Wednesday night, immediately following AEW for Conrad and my guy Derek.
Thursday,
immediately following with Jesse from Pro Wrestling Shoot. Make sure you check them out. Conrad's going to be bringing you a special on Thursday night. Then Friday, Hubbonomics will be on the air live at 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. We had to change the time a little bit because of work obligations. I got to get this money. So 7:15 Eastern Standard Time this coming Friday. It's going to be Hubbonomics next episode. A lot of good stuff going on, man. And of course, we'll be right back here 6:05 Eastern Standard Time for Clash of the Podcast. I want to be clear. I hope Jey Uso retains. I hope the show goes off the air with everybody eating. I just have a sneaking feeling that evil Seth Rollins is going to get the job done tonight. I hope I'm wrong. So on behalf of Conrad Cushman, my good friend, brother, and tag team partner, my name is Sean Hubbard. He's Everything Pro Wrestling. I'm Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. We are Clash of the Podcast, and we will see you 6:05 Eastern Time next week. So until then, God bless, be encouraged, and evil never prevails. Later.